All right, boys, we are here with my 2025 Clash in Paris predictions, right? In total, we have 5 matches. I am recording this before SmackDown, right? 2 days before SmackDown. I'm recording this on the Wednesday of this week, right? SmackDown comes out this Friday, Clash in Paris is Sunday. So if anything happens in this Friday, whether a new match gets announced or new details on a match or, something happens storyline-wise, obviously, we're doing this prediction before that. So if I'm missing a match or something, you're like, oh, you missed this match. Well, I'm saying it here in the intro before we get started, so I don't get those type of comments. I'm recording this before SmackDown. I want to try to get this one out before the SmackDown. But now looking at it, I think all these matches are from Raw except for the Logan and John Cena match. So the only thing that could change my prediction on Friday is just one match, anyways. And I think either way, I have my clear answer for that either way, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But yeah, so 5 matches in total. Let's get into it here. We are going to start off with Sheamus versus Rusev here. Yeah, honestly, I've been loving their matches on Raw, right? They've been going at it a few times. They've been having, this story, what is it, going on for 2 to 3 months now. It's been some months for this, feud going on, and it's a awesome feud. I see some people complaining about this feud, which I don't know why you would want to complain about this feud personally. I think it's fun. It gives Sheamus something to do, gives Rusev something to do. But with Rusev returning, I just don't see Rusev losing his first feud on his WWE return. You know what I mean? What would be the point, right? And Sheamus could afford this loss. Definitely at his stage of his career. I mean, Sheamus has been doing that for a minute. He did it with Gunther and Gunther's IC title reign. He kind of helped, I mean, one of the reasons Gunther's IC title reign was so dominant and so cool now is because of Sheamus, right? You have that match at Clash in Paris. Not Clash in Paris, my bad. Clash in Castle. And then you have that match at WrestleMania, the triple threat with Drew, Sheamus, and Gunther. So, Sheamus is at the stage of his career where he's kind of helping people's careers and kind of pushing them forward. And whether he loses or win, people are still going to love him. He's still going to put on banger after a banger after a banger. Not burger after burger, like Drew said. And like I said, he's still going to have the fans. People are going to still like him, and he can survive this feud after this. If Rusev does win this too, maybe we could push Rusev into the World Heavyweight Championship realm. Maybe like a Rusev versus Seth or something, or whoever retains his belt this Sunday, which we'll get to that prediction at the end here. So yeah, that would be dope. But second here, we do have Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch. The only women's match, which I'm kind of sad about, which sometimes they disrespect women. Like I said, maybe they'll announce a women's match this Friday. Maybe they'll add a 6th match to this card. But at the moment, we only have one women's match, which is kind of disappointing. But at least it's a fire match, because personally, this is probably my match I'm most excited for during this PLE here. I feel like I say that all the time with Becky Lynch, but Becky Lynch being my second favorite wrestler of all time, both genders. I'm always hyped for her, and she's been cooking with her IC title reign. The feud she's been doing with her and Lyra, her and Bailey, they have been fun. Her promos have been insane. I mean, Becky and Nikki Bella have been going back on promos, right? Even this promo on this last Monday Night Raw was phenomenal. It was fun. It was going back and forth. They both got their shots in. It made me more hyped for the match. But for predictions, I just don't see Becky losing. Honestly, I think I said this in my SummerSlam video. I wouldn't be surprised if Becky doesn't lose until like WrestleMania, bro. I said this in my SummerSlam prediction video, but I think they're trying to make Becky make this IC Women's IC belt, right? Just like John Cena did with the US belt, right? You know how like the US belt was just kind of there, and John Cena had his amazing reign with it, and now he put it on the map and made it just as big as the the WWE championship. I think that's what they want Becky to do with this IC women's title here, because it's a new belt and they want to put it on the map, which even if Becky does lose this Sunday, she already did put this title on the map anyways. But again, I just feel like they might have Becky have a really long reign to WrestleMania. If not, maybe at like a Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. But yeah, sometime down that WrestleMania time, I could see her holding this belt. But maybe they do a rematch here, right? Maybe Becky wins here, and then Nikki Bella gets a rematch, and then Nikki Bella finally gets a belt on her return. That would be pretty dope. But yeah, I'm going Becky here anyways, because I also think Brie Bella will come back at some point, and I think they want to do Nikki Bella and Brie women's tag team stuff anyway, so I just don't think they want Nikki Bella to have a singles title run at the moment. So yeah, again, going Becky here. For the third match, we are going Roman Reigns versus Big Bronson Reed here. Yeah, I feel like this one's pretty clear as day. I'm going the Tribal Chief himself, Roman Reigns. I just don't see him losing to Bronson Reed, right? I think the end goal for Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is one of the main events this year at WrestleMania 42, right? I think it's going to be Roman and Big Bronson Reed have this feud going, even if it's a trilogy or something, or a two matches, right? Maybe it's a few times, but I think Roman goes through Big Bronson Reed, and then Roman goes through Braun Breaker, right? And they're going to do that. Maybe that's during like Royal Rumble time when it's more hyped. And then we get Roman and Seth at WrestleMania, Seth being the final boss, you could say, of the Vision, his group there. So I think that's the end goal anyways. So yeah, if you can't really have Roman go for Seth if he's losing to his goons, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely going Roman Reigns here. 100%. Let me get a sip of Monster. Thank you. All right, we have two matches to go. John Cena versus Logan Paul. I think this one's another clear as day. I just don't see John Cena losing the rest of his retirement tour matches here, unless his final match. I could see him losing his final match if it's a younger guy, right? And he kind of wants to like help a younger guy's career, whether that's Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, whoever they do. That's maybe when I see him lose. But yeah, until the final match, I don't see John Cena losing a match, honestly. And I feel like the only way he does lose this if we get Brock Lesnar coming out and screwing Logan Paul, but I just don't see Brock Lesnar traveling all the way to Paris, in my opinion. So I'm going John Cena here. I think he not easily, but he defeats Logan Paul. But this is going to be a really fun match. No, a lot of y'all are hating on it, whether you like Logan Paul or not. He is an amazing wrestler. Puts on 10 out of 10 matches. It's going to be a classic, bro. So, Logan Paul, he's a young guy. And he's big in his retirement tour. I do think he deserves this, bro. He was one of the bigger stories during this retirement tour. So I think he does deserve this, right? Because they teamed up. And then he was even fighting with them at Elimination Chamber. Even at Royal Rumble, they were the last. It was Logan Paul, Jay Uso, and John Cena as the last three. So Logan Paul's been, in his retirement tour a lot. So whether you guys like it or not, he does deserve this one-on-one match because he was a big part of his retirement tour story. But, which I would assume is the main event, the Fatal 4-Way for Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins defending against LA Knight, CM Punk, and Jey Uso. Yeah, I see Seth Rollins retaining here. I don't see Seth losing the belt yet. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the Vision comes out and helps him, right? I think Braun Breaker will come out. Big Bronson Reed will come out. Help Seth to retain, obviously. But I do think there will be a third guy, right? Because there's three other guys in this match. So you have... And Seth might be down. So you can have, like, let's say Big Bronson Reed goes for, like, LA Knight. Braun Breaker goes for Jey Uso. You still have CM Punk left. So you might need another guy to take him out for Seth to win this. Do we get a new member of the Vision? Do we get Ethan Page? Do we get a Carmelo Hayes, right? Do we get someone young, or do we get someone bigger right now that will catch us off guard, like a Drew McIntyre? I don't know, right? Do we get a new member to the group? That would be pretty fun. But again, like I said, I just don't see Seth losing yet, in my opinion. Seth is the GOAT. He's going to have an amazing reign again. And I said this in my Roman Reigns Big Bronson Reed prediction. I think the end goal for this year's WrestleMania 42 is one of the main events to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I wouldn't be surprised with the two main events here. I know everybody's saying it, but it's kind of looking like how this story is going at the moment is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, night one, and maybe Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk night two, or the other way around, whichever story is bigger. But I could definitely see those two being the main events without a doubt. But yeah, I'm going to go Seth Rollins here. But yeah, those are my 2025 Clash and Paris predictions. I'm sorry that's fast. I don't know if you guys like this better. Usually I kind of like talk slower, go more in detail, and kind of break it up. But usually those can go to like 20 minutes. So I was trying to make it under 10 minutes here, make it a little less for y'all. If you guys just kind of want quicker responses, I thought would be better. So yeah, this is what I'm going with here. But I hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like, sub if you're new, and listen, guys. I want to try to get content on this channel going again, but give me ideas. I don't know what to do other than just predictions. Like, what wrestling videos do you want me to do? Do you want me to do some tier list, ranking videos, just covering news maybe, or yeah, whatever you guys want. Let me know down below in the comments. But thank you for watching, and tell me your predictions down below in the comments. I do want to see them. I will read the comments. I read all comments, and I like to see the fans' predictions. So put it down below.